Welcome to Behind the Buzzwords with Tracy Eames, Arielle Morten, and Yanta Haynes, where we expand on marketing terms, tactics, and strategies in a more digestible way for entrepreneurs and business owners. Our goal is to debunk the marketing myths, remove scary barriers, and have a damn good time doing it. So take a seat and buckle up because you're in for a fun ride.
Hey everybody, welcome to our first episode of Behind the Buzzwords. Super excited to be here with you today, dispel some marketing myths, talk about behind the scenes in marketing, and just generally answer all of your questions. I am here with Arielle Morten and Yanta Haynes, and we are thrilled to be able to chat about marketing. Hey Arielle, hey Yanta.
Hey Tracy.
So we just wanted to first do our first episode to tell you a little bit about why we're here and why we decided to do a podcast. So I will turn it over to Yanta, but we're going to first kind of check in on what got us into marketing in general.
Oh, that is an amazing question. I don't think anybody always run into marketing. I think it's just figure out that you have that oomph that can actually dispel some things to get people to purchase or buy. I think the first thing that you realize when you go into marketing, you're pretty dang on good at selling something. Or you pretty good at convincing or a compelling message to draw someone into your space to get them to where they want to be and to actually solve a problem, or straight out just damn entertainment. You want to develop something that's exciting and fun, and you can see your product when you finish and know that it was what pulled someone in to help build someone's business, help solve their problem. So when I got into marketing and just the love started when I was a child. I found myself watching TV, but I didn't care for the shows. I cared more for the commercials. I couldn't wait for the commercials to come on. I just thought they were amazing. I guess it was like a mini movie to me, and they put so much effort into it. So that's how I got into marketing, and that's what led me here after my transition from the military career.
That's awesome. How about you, Arielle?
So for me, it's actually the opposite. I originally went to college for accounting, and then I got into a lot of the classes, started talking to a lot of the teachers, and I was like, why am I here? And what else can I do? I've already done majority of the degree. Like, where can I pivot? What can I do? And then I stumbled across marketing. And so it was actually like what I like to call my rebound chick, because I really originally didn't go for it. Like, it was something that I fell into, and I'm so happy that I did because I fell in love with it. I fell in love with all aspects of it, the analytical part behind it, the creative part behind it. Like, you tap into both your left and your right side of the brain when you're thinking about marketing as a whole. And so I actually fell like madly in love with it. And I advocate for every individual person to be their own mini marketer. And so that's why I really wanted to do this podcast with you all to, create a space where it's not so scary and so far away or foreign, but actually it's just a natural thing that we do each and every day, especially if you're a business owner or if you're selling anything. You need to be some type of marketer at heart.
That's awesome. I really resonate with the "what am I doing here" comment about accounting. That's how I felt when I was in business school and I got to like my accounting class. I'm like, ooh. And they're like, you have to stay. You can't get an MBA without accounting.
I raised my hand for that too, Tracy. I think that was when that CPA, and then when you go to legal, the legal part of it. I was like, I gotta take accounting 3 with my master's. I was like, I thought I was done.
Like, somehow I got tricked into being in accounting, but for marketing, I also was never planning on a career in marketing. I started off in sales, so the closest I got to marketing was a lot of shopper marketing. And so, like, what happens at the shelf and how do you help consumers make those decisions? And then I was working for a brand that moved me to the UK to start to build out our European brand. And that's when I got into more of the consumer insights and insight testing and branding. And it just fascinated me because the thing I learned the quickest was there were so many pieces of marketing, right? Like, everybody says marketing as if like it's one thing, but being on like the brand side or the ad agency side or marketing operations, like you could have a completely different day. So that's what I really enjoyed about, my long career in marketing and the corporate side was just learning all the different pieces and parts. And now in my business at Teams & Co, I don't really do like the marketing per se, but we start off every project with the customer. And I think that's what I love the most about marketing is, as a business, it's not really about what we want. It's about what our customer wants. And, if you're in marketing, you get to talk about your customer, you get to learn from them, and you get to have conversations with them all day. So that's, I think, what kept me there for so long. And then, that's again, why we really start with the customer at Teams & Co is because that's who we all need to serve. So
Absolutely. I love that.
I just want to hit on something, Tracy, that you said, and I think it's very important because I think we have our off topic discussions, off camera, off mic, and it always our discussion starts with the customer.
Yeah.
I think we're a group of wonderful, bright women who comes together because our human nature is to think about the other person, and marketing is about when you're a really good marketer. It's always thinking about the customer and where they start from. So thanks for bringing that up. I think the audience needs to really know in order to just build out your whole marketing framework and make it an easy and loving process. It's actually loving the people that you're honoring in your marketing.
Yeah, amen to that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we got here because a little bit of what Yanta was talking about. So we all were in a coaching program together, and we had a bunch of folks ask about marketing. And so the three of us really were like, well, if you want us to jump on a Zoom call, we'll answer questions, right? It was like a super low key, like not planned, not scripted kind of endeavor for us. And we had so much fun just chit-chatting about marketing. We all decided that we might want to keep doing that. And hopefully some other folks would find that interesting enough to listen to. So
so follow us.
So here we are. The goal is to really just ask some questions and really take behind like the mystique. I think the cool thing about all three of us is we have worked in different kinds of marketing. Mm-hmm. We've been in different kind of organizations, and we just think about marketing in different ways and like different aspects. And so it's fun to kind of get down a rabbit hole with each other because all of a sudden we're, 3 hours later, we're still chit-chatting about, a different aspect. We promise we won't have a 3-hour podcast, though, I
promise. Tracy, you said something, and I like to know from the other, you two, Arielle. What hit me was that you said that we all have different perspectives of marketing. I think all of us have an MBA.
No, it's a bachelor's in business.
Okay, MBA and bachelor's. But I wanted to bring that up to say that you don't have to have these degrees to love and do marketing. My love for marketing, as I stated, came from when I was a child. And my career comes from military. So my perspective of marketing comes from human behavior. And I'm a certified neurolinguistic practitioner. So I focus more on how the language affects us and why can't we stop buying those dang on electric shavers that have moving heads, and we don't need the head to move, we just need to shave. So I wanted to know, what perspective do y'all come from? Like, because I come from the behavior side of the house and the connection with now in the new modern day age, AI and how it can advance and enhance us instead of taking our jobs. Arielle?
Ooh, this is good. Know? Yes. I feel like I come from, although I dabbled in many areas, I feel like the area that I focused in mostly was that direct response area. So it's more so of buyer's journey, the behavior, and leaning into what you're saying, but also the brand. And so the stories that you're telling yourself as a brand, the stories that your customers are telling themselves, and the stories that you put together in order to relay and speak and converse and connect with the people that you're talking to. Because I really feel like the brand itself is what attracts people to whatever it is that you're offering, whether that's service or product based. It really is about how can I see myself, the consumer, with your product, offer, or service? How does it play into me, and what stories are you telling? And that has all to do with how you're showing up, what you believe, your values, and things like that. So through my direct response journey of really trying to understand the customer journey and the consumer in itself, I noticed that brand, and it's beyond the website, the logo, the pretty photo shoot. It really is the bare bone foundation of who you are at your core, the stories you tell yourself, the stories your clients are telling themselves, and the stories you put together. So
That's awesome. I do love the insights part of it, and but I think that my favorite part of marketing is probably the most well, the least appealing to people. Which I love the marketing operations of things. So after spending my career in corporate, the one thing I loved doing was trying to figure out how to make it simpler, and how to get the team all organized in the same fashion. And I think a lot of times when you're in an organization, especially larger organizations, people want to do everything. They're like, let's do this and let's do this and this is the new shiny thing and like let's do it. And then you're like, whoa, if we're gonna do this well, we really can't do that many things. And then also kind of the behind the scenes, and this is what I work with a lot today, is how do you make your marketing more effective by actually coordinating that across all your teams, right? So if you say you want to have a great customer experience, but your goal in customer service is to get people off the phone in 30 seconds, there's a disconnect, right? So like they've seen this pretty ad, but then when they call you, they have like a completely different experience. Or, you talk about how great the product is, but if in marketing, I don't tell operations about that and we run out of stock, then all of a sudden customers are getting a delay in getting their stuff because we didn't plan properly. And so, I think there's a lot of super exciting, super shiny things in marketing. And I always find myself coming back to like, okay, how do we simplify it? How do we smooth out the operations of our team? And how do we do it effectively so that way we actually get the impact we want? And so, yeah, editing, I think, is where I've always landed.
I love that though. Like simple, keep it simple, and I think a
Yeah.
lot of people try to, it's nothing wrong with looking at the big picture. In fact, it's necessary. But if you come at it trying to tackle the big picture versus thinking about, all right, what are the individual steps and the strategy in each area that I actually need to hit to show up and connect with my folks, and making those steps very simple, it won't seem so robust or so impossible or sometimes overwhelming. A lot of people refer to marketing as hard, difficult, overwhelming, stressful, and they're like, I don't want any parts of it. And it's like, okay, do you want a business or not? Because you're going to need it. Like you're going to need this portion of it. And if you stop trying to look around at everyone else and more so try to look down into your business and see again where those strengths lie, where you are most strongest, and how you can connect and relate to those folks, keeping it simple is what really truly allows you to be authentic, connect with the right ideal client, and truly make that impact and that difference.
I was just going to ask the audience, so let us know that what you're feeling about your marketing and how you're showing up on the and are you showing up the way you want to
Right.
show up?
Yeah.
If anything that we just said resonated with you, go ahead, Tracy.
No, I was going to say, I think that it's something that you and I have talked a lot about. So I wanted to kind of like double click on it, what Arielle said, which is like doing what other people do, right? And I think that's a common mistake in marketing, I would say,
Yeah.
is, oh, hey, Instagram worked for my friend or for this other entrepreneur I know, maybe I should do Instagram. Or, oh, people keep telling me this, then I should do this. And I know I've heard you speak a lot about it, but I think it is one of the common pitfalls for folks in marketing is thinking, oh, hey, if so-and-so did this, this is automatically going to work for my business, not thinking about your customer might be different and they might get their information differently. They might be in a different channel. They may want different, things. And so just would love to hear your thoughts, because I know that I've heard you talk a lot about this, about how do you make marketing your own?
I love that you brought this up because when Ariel was talking, three things came to my mind. A couple of things that interrupts people who want to get into marketing and making it simple is one, the money. They automatically associate a big paycheck, a big pay out of your operation expenses for marketing. I'm going to say, yes, you are going to get a big paycheck out of your marketing expenses in marketing if you're not doing marketing right. If you're doing marketing right, your money that you spend for marketing should feel like pennies for the money that you're bringing into your company because you're doing the marketing right. And then the sales, the other part that scares them in the marketing is they got to sell to somebody. That by myself, I feel like when you have the mentality that you're selling to somebody, you're trying to bring money in. But if you reframe the thought that what you're doing is you're serving them and you're actually having a connection and a conversation with them, then you're actually doing what marketing is made to do. Marketing was set up to have a product that a small business have that they develop by having a problem that they see someone have with them. And they said, I want to solve this problem, or I got this problem. And it was intentionally, yes, I want the money that comes with it. However, I want to help someone else's life better. That's what marketing is for, is to help someone else's life better.
Yeah.
And then the last thing oh my gosh, Arielle, you hit it on the spot. And Tracy, you just tap danced on it. That compare and despair
Yes.
part. When you start to compare other people's strategies and tactics to what your business is, you start to bring depression, anxiety into your atmosphere of not wanting to show up and provide yourself to other people, because we're waiting for you to tell us how to fix a
Mm-hmm.
problem. We love these fancy tools and fancy stuff as long as it gives us what we need and what we want. So when you compare what you're doing in your job in your business, I'm big on research and development. I believe you should be researching what's going on so you can see the different models that's out there and why this works for someone else and why this will not work for you. But you can take what works for them and make your own model in your business so that you can love what you do. I think all of us are introverts on here, as we say. I'm an ambivert, so like when we have deep intellectual conversations, I'm all extrovert on you. But but most people I talk to who have a problem, difficulty showing up for marketing, because it's not a problem, they just have a difficulty showing up for marketing, is because they feel like they're an introvert and this is not there for them. And I like to say that it's because you're not showing up authentically you and doing what you love in the marketing field. And I think you said it early, Tracy. It's so many aspects of marketing. And Arielle, in the personal brand, how do you want your personal brand to show up? That's one of the things I think we have to tackle. What's your opinion on that, Arielle? Because I know me, personal brand, and how just understanding what you want to deliver is like your personality in this world.
Absolutely. And that is actually what it is. It's your personality. It's you wholeheartedly. A lot of people go online trying to two-face being someone else because they like that person or they see the benefits that that person is reaping. And then when they go on and they put on that second face, they realize, well, people aren't coming to me, or the people who are coming to me aren't the people that I actually want to come to me. And the reason is because you're not showing up authentically yourself. People are going to pick who they like, who they trust, who they know they can relate to. And that's why it goes back again to the stories. What are the stories being said? What are the stories that your customers are feeling? If you can't be relatable, then how are we going to trust you as a consumer to come and be in your world? And when I say your world, I mean all of it, not just buying your product. Because let me tell you something, a one-time buy is not the goal. A goal is to get a rationally loyal customer that will buy over and over again and tell all of their friends. That is the goal. And so the only way that can happen is if you're authentically leaning into who you are. I'm talking about quirks, flaws, and all, like everything. If you drop F-bombs, drop them bombs, okay? Like that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're silly, if you're loud, if you're bubbly, if you're excited, show up that way, because that is who we want to see. We want to know that you are real. Right now, I'm going to be quite honest with you. A lot of people are skeptical about everything, especially people selling. So if you come on and you're not even a tenth of off of who you actually are authentically, people are going to sniff that out and find it every time. You might get their attention for a little bit, but they're going to be like, wait, that's not adding up. Last week they said this. This week they're acting like that. Like, I can't trust you. So now I'm going to back out and I'm not going to continue to lean into this brand because it's not for me.
Well, now that we've covered all these great topics, we should probably introduce ourselves. So I'll go first, and then I'll turn it over to Arielle. I am Tracy Eames. I am the president and founder of TEAMES & Co. We are a growth organization. So we're consultants that come in, help you and your team grow quickly. And we do that, as I said, we start with the customer discovery. Then we walk you through your strategy to make sure you have a strategy that delivers value to your customer. And then we end in the place that our name talks about, which is teams. We talk about how do you align your goals and your strategy and help your team deliver on that strategy. So that's what keeps me busy all day, no longer in marketing, but spent a long career there and in sales and on the customer side of the business. So just something fun for us to talk about these days. How about you, Arielle?
All right, I am Arielle. I'm a mindset and business coach. I work with women entrepreneurs who are looking to align their business with their strengths and their strategies and truly step into their power as CEO. My background is in marketing. I worked for about 6 to 8 years with one of the largest universities in any marketing role that you can think of. And so I have a extensive background on that. And I did some further research for myself. And now I'm just excited to be here.
Hello, Yanta. Welcome to the party. I'm Yanta Haynes. I am the CEO of EUA Brand. Educate, Unite, Achieve is the brand name. And the concept is about making sure that we educate our clients about how they can unite with their clients so that they can achieve the goals that they want. I am also a life and strategy business coach who help BIPOC and LGBTQ plus community build and scale their business to have the authentic life that they would love to live so that they can show up in society the way they want to and not the way other folks choose for them to. I do that with Bridging the Gap with shadow work, and we work on mindset through neurologistics programming, which is reframing how we talk to ourselves, tell ourselves better lies so we can live better lives. And that's who I am, and I'm so, so happy and psyched to be on this show.
I love it. We're going to have some fun. So with that, hopefully you're all intrigued enough to listen to episode 2. Drop in the comments or on, social media. We'll tag you all, and you can... We're not going to tag you all.
That's a lot of time.
I forgot that I'm not talking about my podcast. I'm like, I don't even know if we have social media. What am I talking about?
We got a Facebook cover, apparently. So, hey.
Oh, gosh, you gotta love it.
Where they can follow us, where they can join our Facebook group, and we can come in, and every once in a while we do some marketing techniques and tips that will allow you to align yourself with your brand.
I love that.
So let us know if you're interested in us hosting something like that, because we would absolutely love to serve you in that way. You just got to drop in the comments and let us know what you would like from us.
Awesome. Well, in the meantime, give us a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you'll be hearing from us again soon. So thank you, everybody. Oh, Claire is going to have so many great breakers.
We are
for real lunch
people. Like, we are really off the cuff people. We got to be like, it works best.
We're off something.
Maybe we need to be on something. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you found something new that was helpful, and if not, I hope you had a good laugh with us. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. The views expressed by the guests are their own and may not reflect the views of Behind the Buzzwords or the co-host. Mentions of particular books, digital tools, or strategies or participation of guests does not imply endorsement by Behind the Buzzwords or the co-host. This information provided is meant for educational and entertainment purposes and should not be taken as professional advice.